What is up and Happy New Year. It has been a minute. A few of you have been asking for this video and I've been wanting to make it as well. And that video is my favorite shoes of 2023. So I did play a lot of volleyball in 2023, different positions. So a lot of outside hitter, libero, back row, as well as some setting as well. So different flavors of positions, different levels of volleyball, as well as different forms of volleyball. So the first variation of volleyball that I play a lot of is co-ed, which is on a men's net, 4 guys, 2 girls, and it is indoor. And in that league, I've been playing outside hitter for the past few years. Second form is NAGVA, which are these tournaments that happen throughout the year. And this year I played in 2 of them where I was mainly setting. So I haven't set in a while since pretty much high school, but that was a lot of fun. And then lastly, probably one of my main positions growing up and even now is back row or libero. So for 9-man season, I played left back. And then for the men's IVL Open Summer League, I played libero. So a lot of different flavors of volleyball, and in each different type of position or type of gameplay, I tend to wear different types of shoes. So I did want to break down kind of the high level view of my favorite shoes for each feature. So top 2 fit, top 2 traction, top 2 cushion, top 2 outdoor shoes, top 2 casual shoes, and then my top 5 performers overall, as well as some honorable mentions. And I do want to say that even though I wore these shoes in 2023, not necessarily all of these shoes came out in 2023. So some of them might be older models that I just like to wear. So yeah, they're not shoes from 2023. They're shoes that I wore in 2023. All right, the first category is going to be fits. So I think fit is probably the most important feature of a shoe. And in the runner-up, number 2 position, I'm gonna go with the Kobe 5. This is like the first dub that I ever got on sneakers, and I kind of baby this shoe. I don't wear it too much because I want it to last, and the Kobe 5 isn't the best for durability, but as far as fit, I go true to size, and this hugs my foot like a glove, and I love playing in the shoe. The traction is also great, and the cushion, so overall this is a great package, but as far as fit, this is my second favorite shoe that I wore in 2023. So the top performer as far as fit, you're probably not surprised, but it is the GK Kobe 6. These aren't real. I wish I had a real pair. I do have my brother's reverse Grinches that I have not worn yet. He proposed to me a deal for me to buy them, but I have not made a decision. But for now, these are actually very great as far as fit. They fit very similar to the pair that I had in high school. And yeah, similar to the Kobe 5s, hugs my foot really well. I go true to size, and I never have to worry about heel slip or any discomfort along the whole length of my foot. So love this shoe for fit. Moving on to the second category, which is traction, which I think is the second most important feature of a performance shoe. And at the number 2 spot, I'm gonna go with the Wild 10. This was actually kind of hard for me. It was a toss-up between the Wild 10 and the LeBron 20. Both have really solid traction. This is kind of like a wavy type traction pattern with concentric circles. This rubber compound grips the floor really well. It's pretty squeaky, and even on dusty courts, I mean, you're gonna have to wipe, but this performed really well on sport court, hardwood, and I love the traction on these shoes. So for the number 1 spot for traction, I'm gonna go with the Player 1 Plus from Serious Player Only. This was a shoe that I got later in the year, and they did update the traction pattern to kind of resemble more of a tire pattern. And this rubber compound is also very, very grippy. So in combination with this traction pattern as well as the rubber compound makes for like the ultimate bite. In some cases, sometimes a little bit too good where you might roll your ankle, but you kind of learn to play with that. But yeah, this shoe had really, really good traction and takes the number 1 spot for that category. So on to the cushion category. At the runner-up spot, I'm gonna go with the LeBron 20. As many of you know, I have actually doubled up on this shoe, but the cushion setup is very balanced and feels very comfortable. So we have zoom in the forefoot as well as zoom in the heel, Cushlon for the foam, as well as this midfoot carbon fiber shank plate. So all of those aspects together make this a very, again, balanced cushion setup. So especially when I'm playing outside hitter, I like how this feels on the forefoot, especially when I'm landing. And so this takes the cake for the runner-up for cushioning. For the number 1 spot, this is kind of an older shoe, but I'm gonna go with the KD14s. This does have full-length zoom, which of course I love. Also a Cushlon, a midsole, so very plush, very good step-in comfort, as well as very good impact protection. The heel-to-toe transition is very smooth, and just an overall great performer as far as like traction and fit as well. So this is actually my favorite cushioning of 2023. Moving on to the outdoor category. So this is mainly me jumping in the backyard to do low rim dunks or my jump sessions. So at the number 2 spot, I have the Wave Wade All City 10s. The traction is very solid and very durable actually. So they have the tough outsole, which, like I said in my performance review, this did not perform very well indoors. I was sliding everywhere, so I did not enjoy these as an indoor shoe, but outdoors, these bite the floor really well, and for most of the year, I actually wore these as my main outdoor sneaker. All right, for the number 1 outdoor sneaker, I'm gonna go with Serious Player Only Game 1, which is kind of their second model that they came out with to be more rugged and durable. So there's a lot more TPU and durability in the upper, as well as this lateral guard here, which makes pushing off laterally feel really smooth. And then the outsole is actually this very aggressive herringbone pattern with deep grooves, and the rubber compound is actually very tough and durable as well. So this takes the cake actually for my number 1 shoe for outdoor use. And I did play in these when I played against my brother for Thanksgiving, so if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that video out. And for the last category, this is the casual shoe wear category. And for the runner-up, this is kind of old shoe as well, but they are the Nike Kill Shots. Just an overall very easy wearable shoe. We have leather on the upper as well as suede, and very comfortable. And I do use Move All Day insoles in these shoes, even though the default insole isn't that bad. But I find myself wearing this shoe a lot just because it's comfortable and very wearable. So for the number 1 casual shoe, I'm gonna go with the Black Toe Air Jordan 1 Low. So I love this colorway, very classic colorway. The shoe is actually very comfortable as well. And I also use Moves All Day insoles in this for the extra comforts. But this shoe also very wearable and easy to rock with jeans, shorts. I wore these as my shoe when I went to 9-man nationals this year. I probably kind of regret going true to size, so I wish I went down half a size, but for casual wear, it's not that bad, but this is the number 1 spot for casual shoes. Okay, if I'm gonna break down by position, if I'm gonna go libero, the top 2 shoes that I would wear are probably either the Player One Plus, just because it has very good court feel, you can customize the cushioning, and the traction is A1, or I would go with the Wow Tan for similar reasons. I feel very quick on this shoe, very good court feel, not as good cushioning, so doesn't matter to me as much since I won't be jumping as much as libero or DS or back row. So these are my top 2 picks for back row players or liberos. All right, so my top 2 picks for anyone in the front row other than a setter are probably going to be the KD 14 and the LeBron 20. Like I said earlier, very overall balanced shoes and very good cushioning. So it'll help, especially for those longer tournaments or longer matches, especially for impact protection. So you can get a little bit more relief on your joints, knees, ankles, hips by wearing these shoes. And they're not slackers at all in like the fit or traction category. So overall, these are solid performers. For my setters, I'm probably gonna go with the Kobe's. These are also very good all-around performers. Not as much cushioning in these shoes as the other shoes I just mentioned, which is why I would say they're decent for setters. I mean, setters, especially the ones that go in the front row, still do a lot of jumping, but they're not like full approach max jumping, so you can get away with a little bit less cushioning. So I'm gonna go with the Kobe 5s and the Kobe 6s. So my top performers overall are going to be the following. I'm gonna start with my honorable mention. So the first one going to be a debut sneaker, which is the Nike Sabrina 1. I ID'd these in the Bruce Lee colorway. So a lot of people didn't really like these because the 4-foot zoom, you can't feel that much, which I agree with. So this is more of a court feel shoe, but for a debut sneaker, it's pretty solid. The traction is great, the cushion is minimal, but still there, and the fit is actually really good. So as a first signature model, I think these are great, and these are honorable mention, but they do not make the rotation for top 5 shoes for me. So another shoe that is in my honorable mention is the Player One Plus from Serious Player Only. I think this is more on the court feel side of shoes, but still, very good package that they're offering, and a lot of customability because you can get one of 4 different midsoles to try into your shoe. I haven't got the chance to try the explosive midsole yet, but hopefully soon. All right, the number 5 spot is going to be the KD14. I'm happy I actually got this in the rotation this year, and I enjoy playing these. Like, no heel slip, fit is great. The one downside is they're not that breathable, but if you can get over that, then I think you'll really like these shoes. At the number 4 spot, I'm gonna put the WOW 10. Also a very solid performer. I wish there was a little bit more cushioning to be more of an all-around performer, but this is also not a slacker by any means. They're pretty pricey at $200, but WOW is coming out with a lot of great sneakers. At the number 3 spot, I'm gonna go with the LeBron 20. If you watch my LeBron 20 versus WOW 10, I actually think I put the WOW 10 ahead, but my taste kind of changed throughout the year, and I did enjoy the extra cushioning a little bit more, which is why I'm going with the LeBron 20. So you probably already know my top 2 spots, but it's going to be number 2, the Kobe 5 Pro Show in the Chaos colorway. Really love this shoe. I just hope it lasts because this upper is not that durable, and my first pair of Kobe's were the 5s in the draft day colorway, and those uppers got tore up. So I don't wear these as much just so I can make them last, but still one of my favorite shoes. And probably no surprise to you, my favorite shoe to play in of all of 2023 were the Kobe 6s. I wore these playing back row for 9-man, playing outside hitter in my co-ed league, as well as whenever I do my jump sessions and I'm trying to like finally dunk a basketball. This is the shoe that I'm always reaching for. So my favorite shoe of all time. I'm gonna try to get my hands on an actual pair, hopefully when they drop in the future later this year, or if I end up buying my brother's pair, we'll see. But that's gonna do it for all of my favorite shoes of 2023. There are a bunch of other shoes that I wore, but these are the ones that made the list. Let me know if you disagree with anything or if you have any other questions, but that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.